Good morning, New York. It's primary day. And if you have not already voted, you can go to your polling site. You can Google it. Just say, hey, where's my polling site? Until 9 p.m. And remember that we have a ranked choice system for mayor this year for all citywide offices. And ranked choice, super important for mayor, please rank all 5 spots. Because if you don't rank all 5, you're just empowering the person that you should not be ranking, who is Andrew Cuomo. Do not rank Andrew Cuomo. Andrew Cuomo was, of course, our former governor who had to step down after a slew of scandals. But most importantly, there were 13 women who came forward, and he was investigated by the attorney general and had to step down because of his harassment of women around him. 2 of which are very good friends of mine, so I can personally vouch for this. But not only that, he's corrupt. He is so corrupt that when he established a commission called the Moreland Commission to investigate corruption in New York, they were looking into him and he shut down the commission. That's just 2 things. Let's not forget what he's done to workers. He has taken on unions, even though all these union leaders are saying that they're supporting him. The members are not, because they remember what he did. He withheld contracts, he withheld funding, and of course, teachers know this more than anybody. He withheld education funding in New York City for years. But on top of all that, because he never wanted to look bad, he didn't want to look like a bad Democrat, especially after Donald Trump was elected the first time, he empowered 8 Democrats in the Senate to side with Republicans in this thing called the IDC, the Independent Democratic Conference. Those Democrats turned Republicans, were holding up legislation for years in New York State until we, as a movement, just like this movement right now, defeated the IDC in 2018. And then, of course, a couple of years later, Andrew Cuomo had to step down. This man should be nowhere near Gracie Mansion or City Hall. We know what his record is. He lies. He's delusional. He's an egomaniac. And he has sided with Trump throughout the years. Not only is he a lawyer for Netanyahu right now, but he was also a lawyer for Donald Trump back in the 80s. This is a guy who has been homophobic, made homophobic comments, racist comments over the years, and of course we know he does not respect women and working people. So do not rank Andrew Cuomo at all, and tell everybody you know, tell your nana, tell your grandpa, tell your parents, tell anybody, your neighbors, make sure that they do not rank Andrew Cuomo. Now, I'm going to shout out some people in no particular order because I do know all of these candidates very well and I love them for different reasons. And I think that everybody has their own reason for ranking them at different levels. But obviously, we're all seeing Zohran. He's leading in the polls right now. Rank Zohran. You have to do that. I also want to give a huge shout out to my brother, who I've known for years, who killed it in that first debate. If you didn't see the first debate, go back and watch it. And that is Michael Blake. He's a former assembly member from the Bronx. He's a former vice chair of the DNC. He was a campaign manager, so he knows what it's like to organize. He worked in the Obama administration. His housing policies are fantastic. I'm going to post an interview a little bit later so you can get a taste of what Michael Blake is like. And he's just an all-around great guy. He's also a feminist. I just want to throw that out there as well. And I've run against him, and I gotta say, Michael was always so great to run alongside, and that was before we had ranked choice. So Zohran, Michael Blake, I gotta give that a shout out to Scott Stringer. I've known him for years. He's hilarious, he's smart, and I think, you saw that on the debate stage as well. Brad Lander, of course, our comptroller. Brad has a heart of gold. He's a super progressive. He's been so great on the campaign trail. Both Michael Blake and Brad Lander and Zohran all said that they were going to rank each other, which, is why this ranked choice system is so strong. I want to shout out Zellnor Myrie. He is one of those 8 Democrats that defeated an IDC member, who is Jesse Hamilton, former Senator Jesse Hamilton. So Zellnor has a huge future. He's been great on the debate stage as well. And last, our Speaker of the City Council, Adrienne Adams. Now, we all have our reasons why we're supporting people in different order. I gave you some great candidates. I'm happy to explain more. If you guys want to DM me, I'm happy to share a little bit more info on everybody. But these are all progressives. These are all people who care about the city. And these are all people who want Andrew Cuomo nowhere near Gracie Mansion. So I'm not giving out my endorsements. I just want to make that very clear. But these are people that I care about. But I say, definitely rank, I would say rank Michael Blake super high up, rank Zohran super high up. These are 2 people I think that have shown what it takes to defeat and take on Andrew Cuomo aggressively. And that is a type of courage I think is super important in this moment. With that, make sure to go out and vote. Tell everyone you know. I'm going to be posting a video with Michael Blake a little bit later. And yeah, I'm super excited about this election. And I think that we're going to find out the results not tonight, probably in a week, because there is a simulation. But remember, you have to rank 5 people on that mayoral ballot. I'm telling you, the mayor's office is super important, as you all know, but it is also a moment of inflection for this country when Democrats are wondering, what do Democrats stand for today? Where is that energy? Where is the message? If we've seen one thing out of this election, it's all of those candidates I've mentioned have gone out there and spread a progressive message. They've been firm, they've been articulate, and they've shown that they have the guts to take on Andrew Cuomo, which is basically like taking on mini Donald Trump. So please go out there and vote and tell everybody you know. This is a huge election. Turnout's already high. We're going to find out the results probably in a week. Do not listen to what Andrew Cuomo says. He's probably going to try to steal this election with his words, but it's not going to work. This is New York City. We have a strong system, and this is probably going to go on into the general election. So we're just getting warmed up. Go vote. Thank you all. Hopefully we'll have progress very soon in New York City again.